Okay, yes.
Yes.
Saying you were saying
I completely forgot what I was saying now, man. I
it
honestly
was
completely forgot.
about the consistency of how we draw these things, taking the same trades, and you finally found a group or something like that.
Oh, that's I want. Yes, bro. So I want to cancel all the noise out because I mean, bro, trust me, I've had a lot of people lose a lot of money, bro, because you trust people that this and that, and this person knows better, and this, and it's just noise, bro. So many people want to know better, and you sound like you. I mean, yours just sounds like you want to give, not take, and that's why I want to cancel all these groups, man. But I've always waited. That's basically what I wanted to say. That's why I'll be waiting to join up with your group, basically,
You
if you
say
know
I
what I mean.
sound like I want to give, not take. How do you mean?
No, like give, like you always say humble, like give, like you always say like you give
Yes.
flashcards. You know, like you've got a very humble mentality. A lot of people, bro, they just want to know. Listen, oh, bro, it's a lot of things, bro. But yeah, I always look up to you, basically, put it that way.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's hard work. And you always remain humble, my friend. I mean, I've been blessed. I mean, I can't all of a
Yeah.
sudden be cocky or not, but always remain humble. So the session is being recorded. So everybody understand the breaker and the the order flow concept.
Yes.
Okay, we're all good. I wanna show us something here. Let's go to the right of this chart, right? Exact same chart, guys. Let's go to the right of this chart. I want to show you something, guys. Let's look at it. Do you agree this is your lower low, right? Because we focused on that area there. This is your lower low, right? And that's your high high. I want to show you something, guys. Look after the breaker. Can you see how price rose? Look after this last breaker. Can you see how price dropped? Can you see how beautiful this is, guys? Literally, you now know when to trade with the order flow or when to trade with the or when to expect the reversal, guys. You now know. I mean, just knowing this alone is very powerful, guys. Something that the levels unfortunately will never ever give you. And look how it came back and it created the order block. And can you see how price beautifully came to retest that order block, guys? Can you see that?
Yes. Yes.
How beautiful is that, guys? Literally, how beautiful is that? How beautiful is that, guys? I mean, this is what we call nested order blocks. And when it's nested order blocks, it becomes one, right? So you take the retest. I mean, how beautiful is this, guys? Any question? This, guys, is insane. Literally, it's insane.
Yeah. Um, can you hear me? This
Yes,
is Ike.
Ike, how are you?
I didn't really understand what this nested. Excuse me. I didn't really understand what you're trying to explain just now. Please, could you just repeat that?
What? Explain what?
You, sorry. The next. I'm just seeing nested because sorry to take you back. When I came, I didn't get the first part when you put the no, not this page, not this screen display. Then there, here, this one about the other block and the source. You were saying something about how beautiful it is. Sorry, I
No,
didn't really get that.
no. What I'm saying is, let's look at this chart.
Yes.
Let's mark the order blocks. So let's look. Let's step by step, right? I want to show you step by step, guys. Step by step. Let's see if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me. Right. So everybody must understand this fully. Can you see price is making a lower low, right? There. Can I mark the order block, guys? We all agree that this was the order block and the wick in that area responsible for the downward move, right? We
So
all agree.
you won't. So you wouldn't on there. And I'm just asking as a question. You wouldn't mark those down wicks. You would not on the candle, right? On the
No,
green candle.
no,
So
not the
you
green.
use the bullish candle, right?
Yes, the last bullish candle for the down move, right?
Plus
And
the
the
wick.
plus the
Plus
top
the wick,
wicks,
right?
because that's the
Okay,
source of the
perfect.
orders. Okay,
Perfect,
we
perfect,
all
perfect. That's
agree that
professional.
this was a bullish order block, right? Or bearish order block, guys.
Yes.
Can you see price closed above it?
Yeah, it becomes a breaker.
Yes.
So can you see it becomes
Yes.
a breaker now? And what did I say? When it
Yes.
becomes breaker, you can throw in your source, right?
Yeah.
And now what
The
did I say
source now,
after? Sorry?
the source. Okay. The source that you've used now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting confused. Is it which candle
The
you're
red
using? Is it the
candle.
last
That would be the
red one,
red
right?
candle because it's the red candle now responsible for the next higher high.
That's exactly okay. So that's what I thought. Okay, okay,
Cool.
perfect.
And I mean, once you get breaker, remember guys, we say we expect a reversal now, right? And look how
Yes.
beautiful price reversed, guys. Right? And now look there. So now it's creating bullish order blocks as it's moving up, right? Makes it nice. And now
Yeah.
look what happens. Price closes below a bullish order block, guys. Look here. That was your last bullish. Because see, as it's moving up, it's creating bullish order blocks, right? And that was the
Yes.
long. You can see price close below it, creating breaker, right?
Yes.
Once you create breaker, you throw in your source.
No, I see.
Source always
And that
comes
would
after
be
breaker. And then can you see how price now reversed again, guys, after breaker? How powerful is that, guys?
yeah, that
Oh.
is because that determines your what you're looking for after that.
Yes. Because after breaker,
Yeah,
now you're like, okay, potentially price is no longer, once I get breaker, I'm no longer trading in the direction of the trend. I'm looking to trade the reversal. And you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Look how beautiful this is, guys.
Yeah.
So I have one question.
Yes.
If the price broke the other blocks, we went for the retest of the source, or we went for the retest of the other blocks.
The breaker.
That
So, yes.
I want to know if the price break the other blocks, okay, and don't come back to test the source, but the price come to test the other blocks to make a new low.
Yes.
How we can we take a sell, or we went when the price come back to take to test to retest the source.
I think he's failing to understand me there. So,
I'm
uh,
sorry again if my English is not good.
Yurich,
Can you
so
accept me
Yurich,
for it?
so let's think about that, right? After breaker, what am I looking to do? I'm looking to sell, right? Yurich, agreed.
Yes.
Okay. So when I'm looking to sell, what does that mean? What is my entry time frame?
15 minutes.
That's 15 minutes, right? And remember, I said I got M15 rules to sell, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
right? So I'm after breaker, I'm looking to sell. All that means is on my H4, my bias is now sell, right? And my M15 rules tells me where I get in. So it could be at, if price comes back at the breaker, or it could be at the source, or guess what? It could be here. Can you see?
Yes.
All breaker, all H4 is telling me is my bias, not where I should be entering. My M15 rules tell me that. Can you see? But price after breaker, a lot of the times come back up to retest breaker or retest source, but it's not a guarantee. Sometimes it makes a newer low, but then it must give us our M15 rules eventually for the downward movement. Can you see? And this was M15 rules to the T. Took it down. Can you see? You understand? H4,
Yes.
H4
Yes.
guys is just bias. That is all it is, just bias, right? Just bias. Very important that you understand. Very important that you understand that. Because let me show you what we can do with the strategy, guys, which is insane. I mean, I do this all the time, but I just do it for fun now. but don't do it, huh? Let's
No,
look
you
at
just made
this.
me laugh.
Let's look at this. I want to take your eyes here. Can you see that's your lower low, right?
Yes.
Everybody agree. So we also said what was the last order block responsible for that lower low. So let's do this. What's our last order block responsible for that lower low? You agree with me? It's that guy over here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you
Yes.
see price created breaker?
Yes.
So that becomes a thingy, and then we draw in our source. But our source at the moment is very logical to draw that high. So I just include it like that, just to get a bit lower, right? Because that makes
Okay.
sense to me. Because I don't want it too big.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, because then it just becomes impractical when it's so big, man. You know, then everything is source that happens there. But if you just make it lower, it's much better, right? If you draw the wicks, if it's too big and you just draw the wicks for me, that's even fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at
Yes.
least you know where it okay, yeah.
That's because
I see
that's where
what
the
you mean.
source came in, right? And let's look here.
Retested twice.
Look how beautiful that is. And for you that understands, and for you that understand BTM is, once you get breaker, potentially that confirms your peak formation, either low or high, and you never trade against your peak formation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes.
So see how beautiful that is. You don't have to guess if this is peak formation because depending on what level it is. No, after breaker, that potentially determines your peak formation. Never trade against peak formation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And guys, let's look at this. As price is moving up, it was creating bullish order blocks. Bullish order blocks, bullish order blocks, and this was your bullish order block, and that was your last bullish order block. Can you see it created breaker? You guys will get to
Yeah,
understand
and
these principles. Don't worry. You see,
it retested.
yeah, can you see it?
So
Because that's the next. This was your latest higher high. That was the last order block
yeah,
responsible. Price then closed below it, created breaker, right? Once you create
yeah.
breaker, you throw in the source.
So source
Yes, and look what happened here, guys.
retested and dropped.
Yes, this is a beautiful concept, guys. And as it's dropping, what is it doing? It's creating bullish order blocks. Bullish order blocks. I mean, bearish order blocks. Can you see and retesting in bearish order blocks? And can you see how price came back to retest? I took this trade over here just because I understood that the order flow is now bearish, right? And that was a bearish order block. And price came back to give me a beautiful M15 entry, and I took it. How easy was that?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Can you see I'm no longer guessing what to do in the market? I'm trading using strict rules and proven concepts. My flashcards proven it over and over again. We're all clear on that.
Yes. Very, very clear on that.
Okay, guys, can I then move on to the homework that I want you guys to do, and just a bit about myself, right? So everybody that's on this chat here, Yuruk and Lake and Zain. So I've been trading for 5 years, guys. The first 3 years was moving from mentor to mentor, strategy to strategy, holy grail indicator to the holy grail indicator. Believe you me, I've tried everything. You know, there is nothing that you can find out there that is the holy grail. For me, money management is the holy grail. So the last 2 years has been a life changer for me, and I'll tell you why. I don't know if you know MM4X, right? They taught like a spin-off of the BTMM method, right? So they probably learned from Steve, created their own company teaching Steve's methods, but they spoke very badly of Steve, right?
Yes.
Ever during that phase when I joined, they were creating an EA, right? An expert advisor to trade the markets automatically and blah blah blah, make consistent profits every month and every year, right?
Yeah.
And I was one of the guys that fell for that little stupid trick of theirs. They sold the EA for $3,000, and I was the stupid one that bought that. I was stupid and I bought a $3,000 indicator that has not yet proven itself in the live market, was still in development phase when I bought it.
Jeez.
Okay, so you get to a point after you realize that you've actually been scammed, that you get to a point where you say, listen, yeah, either one, you're gonna give up, because at that point I spent a lot of money. I spent over, let's put it, six, seven, $8,000 trying to learn forex, moving from mentor to mentor, buying indicators and stuff like that. Probably subscribing to signals. Probably spent over $8,000 learning. You know what I'm saying? And the last
I
three
feel you.
thousand and the last $3,000 stint that I was scammed off, that was the loss. That was the end of this road for me. So what I decided to do is, you know, once you get to that point where you've already spent enough money trying to figure forex out, to get to a point where, like, well, I got to the point where, like, you know what, I am no longer going to spend any money on anything anymore. I am either going to figure this thing myself out, or I'm not going to continue. So what did I do? From then onwards, once I realized this guy's actually scammed me, I started flashcarding the markets. We're talking about 2 years ago. I started flashcarding the markets for every single day for the last 2 years, for 3 hours every single day, guys. I flashcarded the market. Does everybody understand what I did? 3 hours every single day. I had my H4 chart. I had H1 also at that stage in the beginning, and I had M15. I didn't know what I was looking at. Didn't know what I was looking for. However, I just flashcarded the confluences that came along every single day. And it was hard, because at the stage you get so irritated because you just flashcarding, but you see no benefit, and you're not seeing why price move, but you just flash. And then eventually, after about 6 months, I got like, you know what, price actually does the same thing over and over and over again. And that's when I created my rule set, right? The rules that I'm explaining to you now. And then from that 6 month period, for the next 1.5 years, every day I only flashcarded that specific rule set, trades that will meet that specific rule set every single day. For 2 years, I've been doing this, guys. Flash guarding the market. So I understand how the market moves very, very well, because I've seen it every single day. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I created my rule set, but also I trust my rule set. Why? Because I've seen it that it works every single day. Now, I've taught you my system right now, but now you only 1 hour, 20 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for 2 years. So what I'm going to ask from you guys is, going forward, I know everybody that is here wants success, because this is a life changer, right? This will give you the freedom that you want to. This will take your family out of poverty, you know. However, it is not going to come easy. It's not going to fall in your lap if you're not going to put in the work. And
Mm.
that's what I'm going to stress.
Amen. Amen to that. Hard work, bro. That's where we come from. That's you have to give hard work, bro. Nothing comes easy.
No, not forex doesn't, and forex is extremely difficult because it's based on probabilities and emotions get involved. So every single day, what I want you to do for me now, guys, to prove that you understand this first session topics, order blocks and breakers, what I want you to do is choose 3 pairs, only 3, mark like the last 5 weeks, right, of the pay, not everything, because then it gets difficult to mark. And if you get it wrong here, everything else is going to be wrong in the future. And I don't want that, because then it becomes difficult to correct you. If you can only mark the order blocks and breakers and source for the last 5 weeks, 3 pairs. Is that okay? Everybody understand that?
Yeah, so it's choose 3 pairs, mark all the blocks and the bearish. So is it the bullish and bearish and
Yes.
breaker all the block?
And the
Yeah,
source, right? Using the
and the
color
source,
scheme
right?
that I have now. Yellow breaker and red order blocks, right? And source. Yurik and like, are you clear on that, guys? Does it make sense?
Yes, it does. It makes sense. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yurik, and you?
Yes.
Okay, so that is what I asked from you guys. And once we're all comfortable, we don't have to do it together. We're probably not going to do it together. We can have second session, right? But this is the hardest part about my strategy. 15-minute rules are extremely, extremely easy. Once you master this, you master a lot of things, and we move on to M15 for entry. Everybody clear?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
So how? Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Don't speak.
Just okay. My question is not really with these breakers. Do we have are they like bearish breaker or bullish breaker or just breakers? I know for the other blocks, if it's going down, it's called bearish order block. But for the breakers, do such terms apply? Bullish or bearish breaker?
So yes, that is very, very true. So I think in this scenario, that would be your bullish breaker and that would be your bearish breaker, you know?
Okay. All right. Okay, that's clear enough for me.
Okay, but
Thank
I
you.
normally just call a breaker because a breaker is a breaker. We depending on the trend, we can see that the order flow was up, you get breaker, and it's down now. Order flow was down, you get
Okay.
breaker, you can see that's up now, you know?
Okay, I get it.
That's how I see it. The break is just the last order block there that breaks the trend. Everybody are clear what to do. Then we can move on to next session.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is I've got admins, right? And they're gonna help me with your flashcards with your homework. I'm gonna send you the link to my feeder group if I haven't yet already. So that's just a group. There's quite a bit of new students in there where they just focus on drawing these order blocks and breakers. And while we had a session now, they had a session explaining the order blocks and breakers for those that didn't quite get it the first time, right?
I see. I see.
So my admins they help me so much because I get very, very busy at times, and they will assist me in marking up your charts if I don't get to it in time, because I realized I needed help because I speak to a lot of people send me charts and they expect answers very soon, and sometimes I just don't get to them only a couple of hours later, you know.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Okay.
So they help me in getting back to you sooner. So I would like for you to post your flashcards in the group that I'm going to invite you to now. Let me just do it now, by the way, right? While we
Perfect.
are here.
Before anything, before you see down here, if you where you point, if you go down where it starts chopping.
Okay, come in. Check now. Sorry, that's a student. That's a feeder group, right? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You see where it starts chopping down where the source is at the bottom.
Yes.
How would you do that whole chop? You see where it's chopping there as it has a breaker, the first breaker that you drew. Once it starts doing it, would you start doing that all there as order blocks, right? Would you? Would you draw them or not?
No. So remember, order blocks only when it does a higher high or lower low.
Okay, okay, yes, yes. Okay, I see what you mean.
Can you
So you
see?
would have had.
So those are not order blocks. That is actually just rainy. The order block that you see there is your source over here and your breaker, but the next order block, not really.
Okay, I see. So okay, so it's meant to be like that. So
Yes. So
you
oh, remember
okay,
only when it does lower low. So for example, when it's dropping like this, there's no order blocks here. However, our bias remains to buy this pair. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I see, I see.
Because we're not looking to sell it with these order blocks. So even though it's minor order blocks, it works, but we're not looking to sell it. Why? Because we got our peak formation because it's within the breaker and it's within the source. You know what I'm saying? The better option would be to buy it. And guys, just a quick question. So let's say price is moving up, or quick statement, price moving up. We get breaker right. Agreed. And then we draw in our
Yeah.
source. If price closes above or below that breaker, then we look for trend continuation, right? So price does that, and then price closes above with the body. Now we're no longer looking to sell it. We're looking for trend continuation, right? Does it make sense? Then we remove this, then we start drawing in your bullish order blocks again because it created a higher high. Everybody clear on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, this was an awesome session. Please do that homework for me,
Yeah.
right?
The breaker
Yeah, of
comes in
course.
when
With
price
the
fails to create the higher high.
Sorry, what did you say?
You know what I'm saying? The breaker comes into the picture when price fails to create the higher high in an uptrend.
Yes, and it makes a lower low instead, right? Or
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
breaking the last
And it
order
makes
block.
a lower low.
Yes.
Yeah.
But very important, breaking the last order block. Right. That's very true.
Breaking
So the breaker comes in basically like as prices making like prices going up, then all of a sudden prices makes a lower low. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
either comes back or comes back and then down.
Okay.
Yes, questions? You want to say something, Zain?
I have one
No,
question.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, guys, if you can do that homework for me, I would appreciate it. And I sent the videos in the group.
I have one
Sorry,
question.
but
Oh, actually,
sorry, Zain, just go ahead after you.
um. So wait. So basically, must we just go and do the work and then screenshot it and then just send it to you, right?
Yes. Let me
Okay.
send you
Okay.
the Snagger tool that I'm using, guys. And you can use this to do your screenshots, right?
Yeah, I think I've got it. I think I've got something called. Wait, what's it called?
I'll just forward in any case. Just now you don't have it there. The Snagger tool allows you to screenshot.
I have one question.
Yes.
So where you write I and I,
Yes.
okay, I want to know if we identify source and the price come to make a new high.
Yes.
I want to know if we can buy or we wait the break of the other block and we test for the source.
So it will be if it breaks, retest of the new order block, right?
Yes.
Please never.
I,
Price makes a higher
I,
high.
want,
Yes.
I want to know if we can buy.
No. What I'm saying is you can buy, but I'm not. But do not buy that high. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You have to wait for the retest based on our M15 rules and enter based on our M15 rules.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Let me look at another. Let me just get another example for you quickly before we go, because I actually got another session now. But let's just look at it. Let's just look at it quickly. I want to show you something. I think this is an example, right? Can you see? I think this was, if you look at this, right? Price made a high over there, and this was an order block. That order block became breaker, right? Because price closed below it, right? Agreed? Once it did that, this became source. But can you see price then closed above it, right?
Yes.
When it does this, remove your source, remove your breaker because it's an invalid setup. It was a loss. Then you draw in your bullish order block. Does that make sense? Now you start to look to buys. Then wait for M15 pattern to come in to give you your buys, right? We clear on that?
Okay.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna do my homework now.
Homework, right?
Oh, trust me, I'm about to do it now,
We
bro.
are,
Thank you very much.
we are saying
Make
something
some
about the
effort
tools
Absolutely,
for
bro. Thank you so much. Stay
creating the
blessed, bro.
flashcard. What tool is that again?
The Snagit. I sent it to you.
Nugget. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
I
Thank
sent
you.
it to you in the group, guy.
Okay.
Thank you
I'll
so
never
much.
use it.
I want
Thank you very
to
much.
thank you again. I'm not good in English, and you make some effort to catch what I'm saying. Very, very thank you. Okay.
But you did very well, eh? You did very well.
Okay.
Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Cheers, eh?
Okay, just bye.